It's the truth. And that is that the majority of people on the planet are just not that bright. They're not that intelligent. This is why they make bad decisions and choose the wrong people. You understand? The type of people you choose in your life reflects your mindset. The type of people you attract in your life reflects your mindset. So you can be thinking that you're the most positive person in the world, but obviously there's something else going on there if you're attracting bad people. If you're attracting negative people or do-nothing or worthless people, there's something wrong with you. There's a vibe or an aura that you're giving off that negative people can spot clearly. There's a reason why you have people who follow things like religion, culture, Islam, Christianity, Moorish science, all this stuff that our people follow, or just general certain movements, and none of these movements are based on intelligence. You ever notice that? The things that our people follow are not based on intelligence. They're based on belief, because people are constantly looking to be guided by beliefs, because the majority of people are not going to join anything that's based on intelligence, because very few of our people have that. Just as this planet was created in an order, right, and everything has a polar opposite, or things that tend to be done in an order or in a system, you're going to have things that work against the system, right? The majority of people on the planet are going to always work against the system. They're always going to make bad decisions. They're always going to do the wrong things, right? Because that's in them. They're not in tune with the outside force that is based in order. This is why they make bad decisions. This is why they choose the wrong people. They don't know which way is going, they don't know whether they're coming or going. Just like, you have the people, like they'll look, like you'll see people out. I'm gonna give you a good example. Like me and the brothers, we'd go out and we'd hand out flyers to promote the Supermen, Superwomen project, right? Now, you'll have one or two intelligent people take the flyer, right? And, you'll see people come behind that person, take the flyer, and they'll take the flyer because they saw that one person take it. Now, if they see another person don't take the flyer, then 9 times out of 10, the people coming behind them are not going to take the flyer. They're not going to take it based on, any semblance of intelligence to see, what's this? What is this? These people giving out? What is this? I want to know what this is. They'll only take it if they see somebody else, because the majority of people are ignorant followers. They're believers. You can build movements off of believers. You can get people to make bad decisions. Your religions are based on people. Your religious followers, your cultural followers, your conscious followers are based on people who have made bad decisions in their life, people who are just not that bright, people who are constantly going to be engaged or engulfed with the wrong people. They never get it right because they're not right. They've chosen to shut down around a group of people because they have become like social misfit, or they become social people who need to be in a group based on the ignorance of that group, because the vibration is very low, and they need to be just in that group. They don't care if the people are ignorant. They don't care if the people are intelligent. They just need to feel comfortable in that group where they can hide their own ignorance. Right? This is why, like I said, the churches and the mosques and the synagogues, all these places are filled up with people who believe in something, people who, like I said, have made bad decisions. They feeling guilty about something in their lives, so they figure being around a group of people to talk about it, or people who have the same problems, instead of being around intelligent people, are raising their vibration of intelligence to a higher level beyond the submental state. They choose to do opposite. They choose to do otherwise, because, as I said, people by nature, humans, and some of our people who have attracted to the human submental mindset will do things in reverse, backwards. I said if you're going to join movements or you're going to be part of something, you need to be part of something that's based in intelligence, something that's going to raise your intelligence, raise your way of thinking, so that you can make the right decisions in life and get with the right people. But that's, like I said, that's not something that's done with our people. We'll stay in the wrong movements. We'll stay around the wrong people because, like I said, we want that comfort zone. We want a group of people around us to make us feel comfortable and make us feel safe. We need somebody telling us what to do instead of being able to, access the ability to think for ourselves, to do the right things. You understand? We bypass all the right things all the time because we're afraid to step out of that box and away from those people in that group who've been doing the wrong things. We just want the group. We don't care whether things are right or wrong. We don't care if it's intelligent or ignorant. We don't care about that. You'll see people in the church, right? And they'll be in the church all their life, and they'll get with people in the church or people outside the church, and they in that vibration, and they marrying the wrong people, or they getting up with the wrong people. Or they'll be in the conscious movement. They're meeting brothers. You got the sisters in there who meeting brothers who just in there just to hit them up, run through them, and run out of there, and run up in them and run out. And the sisters just can't seem to shake that whole group thing because they want to be a part of something. They want to be a part of a community because instinctively and intelligently they know they're supposed to be amongst the collective, but they always choose the wrong one because they're already caught in that submental vibration of doing things in reverse, backwards. Right? They're already caught when you're talking to your girlfriends and whatnot. You already know you're dealing with women who have half a mind anyway. Same thing with you brothers. You're dealing with somebody who's not really thinking. You're dealing with brothers who have half a mind. So y'all in a big mindless pack, right? Of people who just moving off of vibration, just moving off of instinct, not really thinking at all. And of course, like I said, everybody's doing the wrong thing. Everybody's not advancing. Everybody's stuck in dead-end jobs. Everybody's afraid to think beyond go. Everybody's afraid to move beyond that person you were with who is no longer stimulating you mentally anymore. They're afraid to move past a submental state because there's fear amongst the mental. Thinking is actually new to a lot of our people. Actually being able to think on your own is new. Being able to access thoughts that are outside the box of these people that you've moved amongst is new. And a lot of our people refuse to do that. Like I said, the sister will stay in the hood, you understand, and she'll keep going and making the bad decisions. She'll, stay on welfare. She won't go to school. She won't do that because she's watching a bunch of other dummies do it. So she's already sucked into that submental, she fell into that submental system of thought, that low system of thought, and that low vibration, right? Because instinctively, as I said, she wants to be part of the peer group. She wants to be part of something or part of a collective or something that's popular. She shines, or she feels she can shine with these people, or have some sort of security being in that group, no matter what they saying, no matter what they doing. Right? The women and the men who choose the wrong people, like I said, it's all done because out of loneliness, you don't want to be alone. No, you're choosing the wrong person based on the fact that you are afraid of being alone. You're told that no one wants you, or no one is gonna, or somebody thinks there's something wrong with you if you're by yourself. So you get caught up in that. Like I said, it's a chain of events. It's a chain of submental events, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz, and this is State of Mental Radio, and tonight, why bad decisions are made and wrong people are chosen. Like I said, it's a chain of events, a submental chain of events that is constantly being rotated in this atmosphere purposely. The beast does it all the time. He keeps the rotation going. He keeps a negative vibration on the planet. He keeps you with your head not thinking right. Like he keeps stupid things going in rotation. He keeps dumb music going. He keeps all these things going to keep you in a submental state, to keep you doing stupid things purposely. Right? He does all that purposely, from the music you listen to, right, to the TV shows you watch, to the people you around. All done for that reason. The people you allow yourself to be around, because you know, like I said, those people who instinctively know and have raised their intelligence level to know right from wrong, who are not like the rest of the people. The ones who know where they're supposed to be at and the ones that know they're doing the wrong thing but refuse to be in the right places. Those are the people who are still vibrating on that submental frequency. These people still are the bottom feeders, the bottom mental feeders, I call them. I'm going to say they're in the bottom mental feeders. They are going to constantly be in that rotation, in that chain of events. They're going to constantly be receiving the low thoughts. They're constantly going to be following the same train of thought that has kept them choosing the wrong people, making bad decisions. This society is governed on bad decisions. What do I mean by that? They put music out here in the society to tell the young kids, smoke weed, kill people, shoot people, sell drugs, hustle, do this, hustle hard, this, that, and the third. Then when these young, impressionable, stupid kids go and do that because they think that their life is one day, they done got caught up in the record and the music, they've been charmed by that. They think that their life is one big rap video, and they think that they believe that nonsense on the record that these people are being used for to induce you into that. Then what happens? You make a bad decision. Somebody gets robbed. Somebody gets shot. Somebody's selling some drugs because you're trying to be like them guys on the record, and they not like that. Next thing you know, you sitting in jail for 20 years, 30 years. See how a system is, how this system is run off of bad decisions, right? When you put your car in a place that it's not supposed to be, they run and can't wait to write you a ticket, right? So that's a system, this system of parking meters and things like that. You know, the mistakes you make, the bad decision you make to put your car there is based off of that. They made a whole industry off of bad decisions. You understand? The person you have sexual intercourse with, you know that person dirty as hell. That person might not have been out there like that, and they got some kind of STD. And next thing you know, they selling you some kind of AIDS medication or some HIV or something like that, some nonsense. But instead of giving you the real herbs and stuff that's going to cure it, they'll sell you some nonsense to keep you with it because these people want to make money off of selling the AIDS drug. Now, that money is being made off of bad decisions, bad choices. You can't run a society like this and control the people like this and stay on top the way you do based on people who make smart decisions, smart choices. The people that make the smart choices and the smart decisions in the society are usually the people at the top. They're the ones that's making the smart choices and the decisions. They want to be the only ones privy to that. Black people don't make smart choices and smart decisions. I'm going to be real with it. We don't. You know why? Because you look at the state of our people. You understand? And when you try to get our people to make smart choices and smart decisions, the majority of our people will turn off from that. You know, you got a lot of our people, they'll smoke cigarettes, know they're going to die, get lung cancer. And we feeding the cigarettes and whatnot? We feeding cigarettes to our people, keep smoking cigarettes till we get cancer and die. Then run to the white man to go to his hospital, right, to hope he cures from cancer when he shoot radiation into you that's doing nothing but killing your healthy cells. Another system or another enterprise that's based on bad decisions because you chose to smoke the cigarette, you chose to get you gave yourself the cancer, right? You didn't want to, or you chose to drink yourself to death. They put things here for you to make bad decisions off of. You understand? This is how they keep the death toll going. This is how they keep the chain of ignorance going. Because, like I said, if you had people you had the majority of people making smart decisions on the food they ate, on the activity they engaged in, and they were consciously, not taking part in this stuff or intelligently not. I don't like that word conscious no more. Thanks to the so-called conscious community. But if they were intelligently taking stock in their lives, making smart decisions, then you wouldn't get caught up like this. Our people want to sit up here, like I always say, our people want to sit up here and blame the white man for our problems, right? They want to blame the white man for our problems, but they never want to start with themselves. The minute you turn the tables on our people and say, we got to start making smarter choices, we have to start making intelligent choices, we have to start linking up based on intelligence and coming together collectively, that turns a lot of our people off. But they'll be the same ones who will run they'll be the same ones who will run to the church. They'll run to the things that are familiar with them in this submental state, because these are the things that are based in wrong choices. You think these people give a damn if they listen to Creflo Dollar or T.D. Jakes or any of these other people out here? They don't care about that. They care that it's a congregation of people there, that people singing, people seem like they happy and they rocking back and forth. So they all under that spell or under that mindset or under that submental way of thinking to keep going in that rotation. They can't break the rotation. They can't break out of that. They don't want to break out of that. They want to stay right where they are mentally. They want to keep going in that rotation, doing the wrong thing. Like I said, you got these women out here, they go from man to man to man to man, the same guy, you know what I mean? Same mentality, different face. They keep going from man to man to man to man. And you hear these women, I love my thugs, or I love them thugs. And like I said, them thugs always dog her out. She got 8 kids by 8 different thugs. You understand? And she keep going from man to man to man, and she don't never learn her lesson. She get the same guy, the same deadbeat, the same nothing, right? Because that goes, like I said, that goes right along with the territory. You know, when you play things like, when you play movies like, you play TV shows like, what's that, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you see guys like this on this show, or you see these guys in the movies, these Sambo Coons, they show you. You know, they show you these Sambo Coons on the show and whatnot, and, you know, you black women, y'all get caught up in these shows, and you like the drama that's going on, so, you know, you get some nigga that's going to bring some drama to your life. You're not going to you're not going to get the guy who don't give you no problems, the guy who's intelligent and whatnot, because that's boring to you, right? They induce you into making bad decisions to choose wrong men, right? They want you, because you want the man that's exciting. You want the guy that's going to give you problems, like on the TV show. Same way these guys want that same charge off of picking up a gun, like in the Young Jeezy song or some nigga nonsense like that, to go and rob something, stick up something, to steal something, and then when they do it, you sitting in jail. You know? And these guys counting their money somewhere, not thinking about you. They did their job. Another one bites the dust, somebody who's sitting in the system, right? Collecting dust, where these people are making money off of you, the judges, the police, the district attorney, the prosecutor, the lawyer that you get to defend you, you know, the public defender. All these people are making money off of you. Everybody's making money off of your bad decision, because, like I said, it's a chain of events. This system from the bottom is run on bad decisions. This system from the bottom is run on bad decisions. It's based on ignorant people. So for somebody like myself to come along, I'm fighting against the wind, but I'm going and I'm actually going in the right direction, but I'm fighting against the wind that's going in the wrong direction. When I'm talking about an intelligence movement, you know, based on smart people, that would be your elect. That would be your people who are going to do the right thing, where you don't have to tell them, don't rob, don't steal, don't kill. They already know that. And a lot of our people who take part in that stuff, they already know that's the wrong thing to do, but they follow in the submental chain of thought, that low-level chain of thought. Because once you get caught up in that, once you get caught in that chain of events, once you get caught up in that chain of submental decisions, or bad decisions, you know, you'll be doing stuff you're not even aware of. You know, you eating foods that, you know, like I said, you sit up here, you keep eating foods that's getting you fat and stuff like that. High diabetes, high blood pressure, like, you know, a lot of those old time people back in the day, they was eating the pork and the ham hocks and stuff like that, and all this bad food. Then they got to go to the white man. They got to go to the doctor who tells them, well, you know, you can't eat that food anymore, and this, that, and the third. And they're so caught in this chain, on that submental chain of eating bad things. They refuse to eat healthier, eat something better, something that's not going to clog their arteries and give them cholesterol. They're going to keep eating that anyway. They don't care what you do. They don't care if they got to sacrifice their life. They're going to keep eating like that because they're caught in that mentally. You know, they're caught in that. Their mind tells them that their body craves that food. You understand? You can tell them, well, you know, Grandma, eat eat some turkey bacon instead of some pork bacon. You know, eat some turkey ham instead of some pork ham. You know, don't eat this, don't eat that. I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna eat the way I want to eat till I die. You all gotta die sometime. That's the mentality. Stupid, isn't it? You hear a lot of black people say that. We all gonna die sometime. But what about the fact that you're sitting up here and you might live to be 80 years old, but you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer with having your limbs cut off. You understand? You'll sit up here and suffer getting your legs cut off, getting your fingers cut off, being hooked to machines, all because you wanted that pork chop sandwich or whatever the hell you eating, some chitlins or some spare ribs and whatever else. You know what I mean? You know, because you're caught in that submental chain of events. Like I said, this is the first within the state of Mentel where we formed a movement based on intelligence. So you're not going to see a lot of our people join the state of Mentel. That's how you know it's of the elect. That's how you know it's of the true God race, because the true God and the true God race are intelligent beings. That's what sets them apart from everybody else. That's what's going to set the people in the state of Mentel apart from everybody else, because we've never really had a true intelligence movement. You know, people, you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad tried to do it, you know, when he tried to set up codes of conduct and rules and regulations within the Nation of Islam. You know, he tried to breed intelligent people who were making good decisions and staying away from the wrong people and associating with people within the collective. Only problem is that, you know, the religion part came into it, but, you know, that's what he had. That's what all he was able to use at the time. That's what they had. You understand? That's what they had at the time. But that man was building an intelligence movement. You understand? That's what it was a primitive intelligent movement, but it was a form of intelligence. You know, Dr. York was doing the same thing. He was building an intelligence movement, but it was still laced with religion, Islam, things like that. But it was necessary to walk us through. So now, in 2012, going into 2013, we have a full-fledged intelligence movement based on the knowledge of intellect to keep us walking in a straight line, so we're not getting caught up in that chain of bad decisions and negative things and being around the wrong people. I encourage within the state of Mentel a bond in family, or an intelligence bond amongst our people. So we socializing with our people. That was the whole point of creating or having membership within the state of Mentel and having our people, bond as a family, as an intelligence family. You understand? So that we're not making bad decisions. So we're not amongst the chain of ignorance amongst our, that's going on amongst our people. Because me and the brothers was out tonight and we was promoting before I came and did this broadcast. And, you know, I look at black people right now, and I'm going to just be real with you. You know, I feel like no connection with black people whatsoever. And that's sad. I feel like no connection with black people. Only the intelligent ones that come up to us and whatnot, because I see our people today and I see them, they just living off of bad decisions. They just caught in that submental state, and they're not trying to free themselves from that. They will walk past here. They won't say, well, what is this, brother? You know, they don't think that anything can help them other than the poison that they've been fed in this system. They don't care about anything. Like I said, to watch black people in the society walking around proud in this submental state, to watch them sitting around acting like they really doing something out here, other than making bad decisions and linking up with the wrong people, all they're doing is paying bills and waiting to die. That's all they're really doing. Let's be for real. All black people doing in this society is paying bills and waiting to die. And because it used to be a time where, you know, you had enough money to buy a house. You understand? You had enough money to buy a house, something that could be your own. You had enough money to buy a car. Now everything is, you know, mortgages. Everything is car notes. Everything is a light bill, a gas bill, a cable bill. Everything is a bill. You understand? Everything is a bill. And black people are proud to pay their bills. They're proud to pay attention. I'm not saying don't pay your bill. I'm just saying that they think that that's all it is to life. Go to work, come home, give your money out to the beast to pay bills. That's it. Have sex and die. Like I said, moving in a circle, moving in a submental circle constantly. They think this is real life. Well, you got your elite and all that. They ain't worried about that. They traveling the world. They traveling space. They traveling all over the place. And they seeing the world. They relaxing. They vacationing. They building things. They doing something for their family. All these things they're doing, they're really living life. You understand? Because they made the right decisions in life. They not worrying about their 15-year-old daughter, 14-year-old daughter getting pregnant in the projects. You understand? Because they were smart enough not to make sure that they're not going to be in the damn projects. You understand? But that's what our people do. Like I said, we make bad decisions. You understand? They don't want to work together. Had people back in the days implemented the plan of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, there would be no need for no projects for our people. You understand? Now that time is gone, but we're trying to restart that thing up again. See, a lot of our people are not going to listen. That's why I said, the elect, that's the message is just for the elect. See, because the black man and the black woman proud. They proud for absolutely nothing. Pride is good when there's reason to be proud, but the black man and black woman have no reason to be proud at all. No reason. With all of your Islam, your Christianity, your Moorish science, your whatever you done, your Israelitism or whatever you Negroes were studying, you got no reason to be proud because you have produced nothing. You have produced nothing in your children. I'm not even talking about land mass and all this nonsense. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about some place you could stick a flag in the ground. I'm talking about your children. You understand? Your children's lives are going to be no better than yours were. You understand that? Because you didn't start that chain or start that line of events where you were supposed to create an evolution. Every parent, and we say this even within the state of mental, we're not taking our children in that chain link of the submental. We raising our children to be on an evolutionary line. Same way the white man shows that evolutionary line of, from monkey to man, but we ain't monkeys. But I'm just saying that, the evolutionary line of, okay, we starting with the state of mental. Our children are going to be smarter than us, and their children are going to be smarter than them, and that's the line. It's not a circle of ignorance where I'm in the projects, you in the projects, she in the projects, and we passing the damn apartment down to each other like it's some inheritance. Or, I ain't going to school to be nothing, so why the hell you should go to school to be something? You understand that? We inherit ignorance like it's a damn disease. We do the wrong things because we won't get out of that submental train of thought. We'll stay in the church. We'll stay in the church where it's full of homosexuals and people robbing and people just there to take money out of the plate. We'll stay in that, knowing it's wrong, but we'll stay in it because, like I said, it's a comfort zone. We could go there and socialize and talk to people, and we just don't want to be alone. We like the people. We'll stay in the women will dress in covered up covered all up like ninjas walking around in Islam and whatnot because, they just, they want to be covered up and they want to be protected. It's all about protection, right? It's all about a comfort zone. We'll walk around like we somewhere 1,400 years ago instead of moving into the future. Instead of raising our children intelligently and being the pioneers and the masters of our own destiny, no, we're going to stay in the 1400s. We'll pray for a better day to come. We'll pray that things get better instead of actually making them better ourselves. Instead of making ourselves the instruments for things to be better, because that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to make yourselves instruments for better conditions, for smarter decisions. You're supposed to make yourselves the instruments or those people who exude those codes of conduct. Those people who are making the right choices. You're supposed to make yourself instruments for it because, as I said, the word instrument is short for instrumental. You're supposed to make yourself instrumental in receiving the right thoughts because the right thoughts are always in your presence. You just choose not to connect to it. You know right from wrong. You understand? But you choose the submental state. You choose the state of the beast. You say that you're different from everybody else because you're conscious or that you're not like them, but you are like them on some level, way, shape, or form. The only people that's totally different is the people coming out of this thing here within the state. That's the people that's totally different. We the outcasts, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a weight off of our shoulders because we don't mind being the outcast. You're the one that bring your craziness. Like I said, we are very careful about the people we let in the state. We don't want everybody with us. Like I said, I wouldn't care if it was 50 people for the rest of our lives. I wouldn't care. Even though it's going to be more than that. But that's what I'm saying. It's always going to be the people, like I said, it's going to get worse. And it's going to, like I said, just like when I made the statement on Facebook when I said that, the good thing about fake people or phony people or ignorant people is that they make the intelligent ones stand out brighter when you see them. And that's how I feel about the elect, of the people who are coming into the state of Mentel. When I see you, because one of you is worth 100 of the ignorant ones within the black race, the ones who are going to make the bad decisions, the ones that are going to produce children that are going to be in the streets selling drugs or in the projects getting pregnant, daughters getting pregnant at 14 and 15 years old. You're going to produce those kind of people. You understand? You're going to make the bad decisions on the men you lay with or the women you lay with just because they on that submental state and they can't quite get where you're going. You understand? Because you were caught up in that state. I'm going to take a call. 510. You're on the air.
Peace. What's up, Nuben?
Peace, brother.
What a topic. Hey,
man,
bruh, this society is totally about creating ignorant individuals so it can continue to be in power, man. This whole country operates off of ignorance.
Of course.
Ignorance.
But you can't tell a black man and a black woman that though. So when the intellectual ᴅᴇᴄɪsɪᴏ comes up and he brings forward an intelligence movement, you should see our people flocking to it, but they won't.
I was part of it. You know what I'm saying? This society right here, I listened to this society because my parents told me to do it. You feel me? My parents told me go to school, go to college, graduate, go to college, get a degree, get a job. That shit, and you know what I'm saying? I just followed it. If that shit didn't work, so I followed another. I followed the more ignorance, went to the streets. You feel me? This shit is all put out there. And look, the music, the movies, all the sensationalism of it. You know what I'm saying? This shit it seems like it's a design. You feel me? I know I've heard it said before that this is all by design. And I've heard it so much that it almost becomes cliche. But when you really look at it, it really looks like a design, you know what I'm saying, and a design that is meant to perpetuate itself forever. You know what I'm saying? But look at me, though. Look at me now, though. I'm the only one out of my whole family. I'm talking about generation that's awake. Everybody. I'm just this one I'm happy. This is what I'm happy about, that I didn't have to die in ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I know so many people that just died in ignorance. They died believing they was waiting on Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They waiting on some of Islam and all this bullshit. But I'm so happy that I didn't have to die in that shit, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something. Last night. I was talking to Brother ᴍᴏᴇ, right? And I mean, I respect the brother for his work or whatnot. He was instrumental in my transformation. You know what I'm saying? You know how things fall into your lap when it's time for them to do so. So yeah, I studied for years behind Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark and all the rest of the so-called teachers. But last night I was talking to this brother, and I posed a question to him. I said, Brother Quay, now, I mean, you know I love you. You know I appreciate everything that you're doing, that you're trying to do, for the benefit of the people. But I got a question. He was like, what's up, brother? I said, what's up with the future, though? What is everything that you're doing and teaching? How does this move us forward into the future? Because, a lot of people that are listening to you, they're becoming stuck, in the past. You know, I know some brothers that discovered Dr. Ben in 1990 with me, and they still in Egypt today. So where do you see this, what you're doing? How's it moving us to the future? You know what this brother told me, man? Totally distressing and not something that I want to be a part of. He told me that this is a long-term battle. He said he can't see nothing happening for 2,000 years, man. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Did you really put that out there like that?
Yeah.
That niggas is that's gonna make niggas more complacent because they gonna be waiting on something else for 2,000 years? I say no. I'm ready to go right now. I'm not just to wait on nothing, man. I ain't just to wait on nothing. This shit need to happen now. You know what I'm saying? My children they not going through what I went through in my life. You know, I'm sick. Nuben, I'm so sick and tired of this shit, boy. You know, I mean, it just existed amongst these people. And I used to try to be compassionate because I used to be you, brother. You know, but brother, you're getting on my goddamn nerves now. You know, I can't be around y'all, man. I don't hate y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. I just can't be around you, brother.
That's it. You know what that's you know what that is? That's a sign that you evolve, and all people are gonna, you know, like I said, the bright ones. That's the separation I've been talking about. I said it's gonna come a time. I said this many shows ago. I said it's gonna come a time where the bright ones are gonna look at the black race, and y'all gonna be like, I can't. Please get away from me. Y'all gonna feel like this. Please. Whenever we go out amongst you know, black people, we just be like, yo, you know, and not just the black people, the white man, to all of them. We just not connected. We feel no connection with the white man, with the black man, none of that. Because, like I said, it's just a submental state they in, and you know, you evolving beyond that. And you looking at them like, yeah, okay, and you like, you know, you see them moving about. It's like roaches. It's like looking at roaches. Just roaches moving around all day.
Man, you know? I'm gonna say this right, and I'm glad. I'm just happy that I'm saying it to a man, because if I say something like this to a woman, she would immediately think that I have some form of ulterior motive. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm so sick and tired of my wife, bruh. I'm so tired of her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She really is trying to make my life harder, or make my life, or the things that I'm doing, just make it more difficult. I'm really sick and tired of her. She is amongst them. You feel me? She's totally amongst them. She won't listen as far as trying to elevate or transform or transform or whatever it is. She won't listen, man. And she making my situation hard, you know, because she know I'm not gonna leave them kids, man. But bruh, this whole shit is really, it's so bothersome, man. And I'll always be happy every day, no matter what's going on around me. But damn, man, it's getting to a point where it's really starting to sicken me, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It really is. I mean, I'm just so tired of it. I hope everyone is tired. Everyone that's supposed to be in a state of transformation or listening to Nuben and coming to some form of realization, I hope you're tired, because I'm sick of it. Yeah. I'm sick of it. It's time to change. It ain't time to wait for no 2,000 years. The time is now.
He had the audacity to say that to you, too. He had the audacity because, like I said, you know, these guys, like I said, when they start giving you answers like that, when they start saying things like that, you know, and black people still going to these things and you still watching these people, it's time to move beyond them, get away from these people, because they dead. They're already going. Like I said, they're stuck in that time, and that's it for them. There's no movement forward for them. And like I said, for the black race, when I kept saying it, and everybody thought it was controversial when I said, you know, the hell with the black race, we doing a separation into the bright race and whatnot. We just gonna form a whole another race of people, because that's who we always were anyway. We was always those people who were thinking, who were thinking beyond that submental state. The people who were trying to make the right decisions in life. And even when you stepped off the track and made the wrong decisions in life, something always guided you back to the right because it just wasn't naturally you. Like me, when I was out in the streets selling drugs, I was hustling. I've been through all that. I've been through the hustling, selling drugs and whatnot, carrying them guns. I done did all that stuff. Been through that and lived that life, but it was all for a reason. It was all for experience in my life, and I experienced that, and it wasn't me. Like I said, I was taking part in something, and I just doing the wrong thing, making bad choices and decisions in my life, and like I said, something guided me back there because I am where I'm supposed to be at right now. A lot of the people on the other side of above that submental state, they're not going to produce anything. They're not going to be anything above that submental state. So that's where they stay at. A lot of these people, they belong in that submental state because anything higher than that, they're not going to be able to produce or receive or be a part of anything that's going to be constructive to the evolution of our people. So they're meant to stay down there. Like you telling me about your wife, she meant to obviously be in that submental state. This is not for her. She's not going to go through the transformation.
Yeah. And you know what? I was very receptive when I was in my ignorance. I was like them niggas. I was always above them though.
Yeah.
They were just totally just ignorant. I never even been to the penitentiary, bruh. And my friends, the dudes I ran with, they got 40 years, 50 years, 30 years, 25 to life, and none of them told on me. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like someone was always there to tell me, hey, man, go that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go every time, though. Every time. But I'm telling you, bro, this shit, man, Nuben.
Yeah.
Man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go now.
Just leave.
No. Go, meaning go, get this thing started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm starting it. I'm going to start it in me. You know what I'm saying? That's what
I'm going to tell you what. You know what you do? As you starting it in you and as you going out and you looking to find brothers and sisters who are on this level and we starting these study classes all over the place, you know what's going to end up happening? Your woman going to leave you anyway. She's going to leave you. She's going to tell you to take the kids. She's going to leave you anyway.
And that's fine. I'm really at peace with that, brother, and she knows it.
Because the same way you tired of her, she tired of you. Because she's like, damn, why can't you just get back on the submental state? Why you can't be on the submental state with me? Why are you trying to be different? We don't have people come to class. We don't have brothers bring their women to class. Listen, we don't have brothers bring their women to class, and the brother will be into it, listening to, and he vibing, he in tune with what's being said, and the sister got this look on her face, like a demonic look on her face, like like I'm like, okay, and I'm looking dead at them, and they got this look on their face, and I could tell, like, you know what, if she don't get away from that brother and whatnot, or like I said, that brother don't get away from her, she gonna pull him off the path, man. She's gonna pull him off of that list, man. And that's what they here to do. These submentals, like I said, they work in unison with the beast to pull you off of the path, man.
Yeah. Hey, she said, man, it's funny you said that because she said, I don't want to keep talking about her, man. You know what I'm saying? But she said this: I want the man that I married. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She want me back the way I was.
Exactly.
And I told her, I said, it's ridiculous for you to want someone to go back. You know what I'm saying? This life is about transformation, going forward. And you want me to go back just because you won't move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. There is no forward for her. You don't understand that. There is no forward for her.
Exactly.
That's where she's at. When you have people who fear moving forward and stop doing what they're doing and coming from that submental state, the reason why they don't do it is because there is no forward for them. They are where they're supposed to be at. You're supposed to go beyond that. A lot of our people are afraid to go beyond that, so what you end up doing is when you know you're not supposed to be with that woman, you know you ain't supposed to be with that dude, you know you're not supposed to be up in there around these women talking this madness, you know you're not supposed to be selling drugs, you know you're supposed to be doing something more than this. Like I said, you got certain people, in their mind, is nothing more than what they're doing. They're trapped there. That's where they're going to stay at. That's not for you. So a lot of times, if these guys got to end up getting themselves killed or going to jail to separate you from them, it'll happen because they the sacrifice. But you have people or you have children who've made it to the other side, and they're the ones that are interfering in your life to try to get you back on track. It's not no ancestors or nothing like that. It's your ascendants, your children and your great-grandchildren, the ones who made it to become those almond beings or those gods. They're trying to steer you back into the right path.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, and I don't want nobody that's listening to this broadcast to think that Reggie is being emotional, because I don't give a fuck. I don't care about none of this. That's why I want you to know this. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. You know, I'm staying with my children because I brought them here, and they are totally innocent at this point in this whole thing. They're innocent. You know, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about none of it. If my wife leaves today, I don't care. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy anyway. It ain't no emotional ties and all that lovey-dovey shit with me no more. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't get you nowhere. I don't want nobody to think I'm on this line simping, because no, it ain't like that, bruh. It ain't like that. I'm just ready to move forward and make this thing happen, man. I'm started with me, and I've been talking to these brothers out here, man. Ever since I started talking to you, Newbin, I started talking to these brothers out here. But of course, you know, it's gonna be, you probably find one out of 100. You know, these niggas out here gone, man. These niggas don't even, for the most part, these niggas don't even know. They still believe in Jesus. These niggas still waiting for Jesus out here, man. You know, these niggas is still selling bean pies and newspapers and shit. They ain't trying to get none of this.
Man, well, it ain't for them. Like I said, that's the state they in. It ain't for them. Like I said, they robots. You know, that they caught in that state, and that's it. All right. So let me take this other call, brother.
Ahead, bro.
All
right.
Thanks for calling. All right. 757, you're on air.
Peace, brother. Just listening on the show, wanted to add on some of the subjects and the topics that y'all going in on. One, I just want to go backwards when the brother that was just on, and when you were just mentioning about the sisters leaving you, you know what I'm saying, because you're not on the same plane. That is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the brother know, hey, you know, you're not alone. I done been through it 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I had sisters tell me that I don't want to be free. I ain't never think I would hear anything like that in my life. But the sisters sit there and told me I don't want to be free. Then I had another one tell me I couldn't deal with all of that, all of those people you was helping.
Okay. Well.
Man. So I wanted to comment on that because I really felt both of y'all, because people don't realize that is a reality. You know what I'm saying? It's not hypothetical. It is real that people that are not vibrating on your level will leave you in the dust. Leave you in the dust. Now, going back on the part when you was mentioning about bad people attracting, you know what I'm saying, earlier, sometimes I feel like people is watching people's body language, and I feel like they kind of see somebody sluggish, you know what I'm saying, or not really on their ding, and, you know, people get taken advantage of in that situation. Like, you know, they're not actually realizing what they look like from the outside. You know what I'm saying? You know, I kind of feel like people are giving off, when you're saying a low mental vibe, they don't realize that that's showing in their disposition. You know what I'm saying? And you can get taken advantage of in that situation if your disposition is not strong. Then another point that I wanted to bring up is a movie that came out, I think it's probably right when I was born, called The Network. And you seen The Network?
Yeah, I've seen it. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, you know, and The Network is kind of the same thing. Like, and I was watching and I was bugging like, yo, they was tired of this shit then.
Yeah.
It was tired of it then. And you know, from studying and so forth, you know, I think maybe, I mean, it's something that you don't want. I don't think anybody wants as a reality, but I really think that the clones outnumber the original, you know what I'm saying, beings. And so when you mentioned walking through New York and not feeling nobody, man, I lived in like 3 states. I lived in Atlanta, VA. Yeah, I mean, I lived in states where I used to walk on Peachtree, downtown Atlanta, and I used to actually leave my crib and see if I would pick up on an intelligent person. There's somebody that actually might feel any brain nukes coming off me and, you know, actually get involved. And I mean, it happened for who knows how long. And I used to be like, yo, everybody is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. That's why I said, and this is another reason why I kept talking about the state of Mentel and pulling our people, the collective, together, because we gonna be all we got. People are like, oh, you know, Nubian keep pushing people to join the state of. I ain't pushing nobody to join them. I only want the intelligent ones. We don't want all our people. We don't want black people with us. But like I said, we want our bright ones with us because pretty soon we gonna have. All we gonna have to depend on is each other, and we're gonna have to be brothers and sisters toward each other because it's gonna be about 144,000 of us is gonna be fed up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be women. It's gonna be the sisters that's coming out. They're gonna be tired. They're gonna be the sisters that were strippers. They're gonna be strippers. They're gonna be natural sisters. They're gonna be sisters who was working in the corporate world. They're gonna get tired of the BS. They're gonna be the brothers that, you know, had on the suit and ties. It's gonna be the brothers who was with the Muslims. It's gonna be some of the brothers with the Israelites, with the nation. They're gonna come out. They're gonna get tired of the BS, and they're gonna evolve. That's what's gonna start. At the end of this year, going into 2013, you're going to start seeing a lot of these old organizations, movements, and the mentally dead people. The ones who have risen up, they're going to start coming out, and they're going to be looking for the state of mental. They're going to be looking for the intelligent people because, like I said, there's nothing out here like this for our people. Nothing.
Yeah, it's a heavy magnetism. You know what I'm saying? It's a heavy draw. Yeah. It's a heavy draw. You know, I just got one more statement. Let you get back to the show because I know everybody listening, broadcasting, so forth. One thing I've realized in my analytical view, you know, on this plane of reality, was that the Albions. I'm gonna use something simple so that people might understand it that's listening. Bill Gates set up a Microsoft, right? And what I see in perpetuality is that when you was mentioning this earlier, so that's why I want to hit on this. There's programs that are running. It's just like a computer. There's programs that are running in the background, and it's like, you know, we getting pissed off because we don't. It's like our people like, damn, you don't see what's running on you. Like you can actually see the background program running on the back of them, and I guess I'm doing a question and a statement and so forth. It's like we, for some reason, will not create. Not that we won't create it, but the majority of the masses won't involve themselves in a program, you know what I'm saying, that will take them into the future. It's like you said about church. Like, you still going to that shit. How you going to go there and see everybody in the hood, in the project? How you going to have a church and go in there and walk out and see people on crack and drunks? You know, that program ain't working.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a computer program. It's like we don't have the creativity to create a perpetual program that raises us up to a situation. And the last thing, when you said separate, you really do have to separate to run a successful program. You know what I'm saying? You cannot keep running the program and sending your kids to the same school, you knowing they poison them and they reading them lies and they telling them about Columbus and, you know, and they feeding them milk as food. And then you got sisters, you know, don't want to take the weave out their hair. Then you got brothers that don't want to create nothing creative past rap music. When can we get something in 2012 that is brand new? Ain't nobody did nothing since breakdancing. What is the next creative art, or you know what I'm saying, like an artistic art? Why, you know what I'm saying? When are we gonna have a creative manner and create things new and create a new program? So, you know, I'm just on that.
The new program is the state of mental, brother, and that's like I said. All this stuff is meant to break down. Everybody's gonna start to see the programs break down because a new gate is opening up. A lot of our people are not gonna be part of it. That's all it is. When I don't care about nothing the black race is doing. I don't care about what music they not doing. I don't care about how things ain't going right. Welfare system breaking down. I don't care nothing about what happens to them because our people ain't right. They just ain't damn right. And if they got they by some strange thing, things got better for them. They still not going to be right, no matter what happened. They're going to be wrong because they're caught in that submental state, and that's it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate building with you, man. I'm gonna let you get back to the show. All right, brother. Keep acting on. All right.
All right, brother.
All
right. Okay, I think I want to play a little bit of music. A little pause for the cause, because the intellectual might get me a little. I might get me a little something to eat. Secret. I'm gonna lay something heavy on you, and I thought about this just a few minutes ago. When they give the analogy of heaven and hell, and based on the decisions in your life that you make, whether you do bad things or good things or bad things, the good things add up and you'll go to heaven, and the bad things you add up go to hell. Right? On a logical take from that, that actually means is that the intelligent choices you make in life, will put you in a higher place mentally and an advanced place to receive higher intelligence versus the submental or the ignorant choices you make that'll keep you in a low place, here, trapped in this frequency, in this circle or this rotation. That's what that really means. That's what that really means. The ignorant will stay moving in a rotation, which becomes a Latin monotony of hell. This becomes hell because you're doing the same things over and over again, and you got people who are in this life existing who are actually living in hell. You understand? They're living in hell. They got to get up every morning, go to work, do the same thing over and over again. That's their life. That's their life. To go to the same meetings, talk to the same people about nothing, say the same things. This is hell. And this is pure hell. And when your thoughts start to actually evolve and you looking beyond these people and you're actually starting to see that everything they was talking about was BS and you thinking on a higher level, you starting to reach the states of heaven. You starting to reach the states of a mental heaven because now new things are being opened up to you. Intelligent ways of thinking are being opened up to you with the things you looked at. You don't think the same way about these people anymore. You don't think the same about these people anymore to the point whereas you can't even relate to these people anymore. You're like a god amongst men and women. Y'all like gods amongst men and regular women. That was the whole thing of doing the supermental projection or the supermen, superwomen project to raise these mental gods up, these mental giants up, to open your mind to receive these higher frequencies that the majority of our people are just not going to get because they're hellbound in that circle. They're not going to raise up mentally. It's not going to happen. This is a test. This is a test of your broadcast system. Being funny. But this is a test. This is a test to see if you are worthy enough mentally to make it to the next level. Everything that's here that the beast is doing, he's being allowed to do. He's being allowed to drive down the mental state of the people because what it's supposed to do is produce the strongest mental people that are going to advance beyond it. This is how you get the intelligent and the bright ones to come out, by allowing them to drive down the mental state or the mindset of the people. The strongest will survive mentally, but in order for the strongest to survive mentally, they have to be put through trials and tribulations to see. They have to be tested. You have to have some simple-minded Negroes in your face. You understand? You have to have some simple-minded nigger women in your life. You got to have that. You got to experience that. You understand? You got to have things in your life that's going to go wrong so you can move on from that and advance beyond that. That's what makes you a stronger person. That's what makes you worthy of godhood. A godship. That's what makes you worthy, that you advance beyond these people and that you come amongst the people who are like you, the rest of the gods. Like a lot of you 5%ers, you niggas failed because you sat up here talking about you poor righteous teachers and you niggas went into the hood and was selling drugs. A lot of you niggas did that. Am I lying? Am I lying? You niggas failed the test. You were supposed to be the teachers, the ones that was going to lead our people into the future and give them a higher knowledge of self. But what did you do? You started acting just like the rest of the niggas on this submental state, and y'all still live. Y'all still live. Ain't nothing changed. All you did was talk slick. All you did was say a bunch of coded words and try and sound. You was more interested in sounding intelligent, and you was more interested in sounding righteous than instead of actually being intelligent and being righteous. See, that's where the God part come in, the real God versus the fake one. You understand that? That's the difference between the real God and the fake God. The people that live it, the people that are setting the examples. I live my life according to this. I live my life according to the intelligence of intellect. I live my life according to the intelligence of intellect, and I make smart decisions in my life because the road is open for me. If I go backwards and make dumb decisions and whatnot, like I said, that would just be a backwards move. I don't move backwards. I move forwards. Forwards is the intelligent way, but a lot of you guys are caught in a rotation. A lot of y'all still ain't changed. You just changed out, you swapped out names and things like that because you like that part of it, but you didn't want the discipline. This is all a test to see if you're worthy of being God. A lot of you guys are not worthy. It's more than just wearing a title. It's more than just saying I'm God and I'm going to break this down and this, that, and the third and whatnot. Like I said, black folks is more interested in sounding smart and acting righteous than actually being smart and being righteous. That's going to stop. Not here in the state of Mentel. We're going to live this. We're going to live this for real. I'm going to take a call. 757-602.
Peace, Nubin. It's Shabazz from VA.
Hey, brother. What's going on, Shabazz?
I'm doing good, man. This is a great topic tonight. Great intelligence you're giving out. I just wanted to chime in right here. You said something on one of your last shows. You said that, I felt the same way when you said it. It really resonated. You said that you were attracted to the Nation of Islam because you were attracted to people who were thinking differently. Mm-hmm. You see, I was the same way. My uncle, he was in the Nation of Islam. He wound up, he passed away. So, I came to the point in my life where I was attracted to people who were thinking differently. Mm-hmm. I used to go to their study groups or whatever. And even during that process, I would have things like, my mother would be like, I know you ain't going to that Muslim shit. Mm-hmm. And, stuff like that. So like you said, the negativity, it happens as well. But, I moved on, and I just wanted to say, like, if what you say is not resonating with any of those folks, then at this point they're done too. Mm-hmm. Because I'm tired of getting into the arguments. Oh, the messenger said this and this. It's like if you understood what he said, well, you have to have an ultra standing at this point to understand that the message was to move our people forward.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the brother brought up ᴍᴏ. I thought that was interesting too because when I first started learning about all the Egyptology and stuff, it was a friend of mine who was actually a student of ᴍᴏ, and he was teaching a lot of that. And and even after learning all that and sitting there, going to his classes and stuff, and he would do his teachings, and I'll sit there and be like, dang, take notes and everything. But then it's like now, like, what's next? Something got to come next.
With
them, a lot of these people, ain't nothing next. They just want to. Somebody told me the other day, we were going back and forth. He told me, read John Henry Clark. And I'm like, see, that's your problem. Like, what's with this? Read this and read that stuff. Like that's going to solve the problem. Read this and learn about what happened in Africa 2,000 years ago, and that's going to liberate you. At this point, that's not going to work because these kids are not interested in history. Like you said, they're not interested in the future. They only care about the present. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of that, 99.999% of what's out here right now is not going to work, you know.
No.
And I encourage everybody out there to listen, to go back and listen to the show called the Curse of Ham, and also Leaving the Black Race Behind. And that's controversial, I know, because I get into it with people all the time. Like, I'm done with the whole black liberation thing, because all these niggas are not going to go with you. They're not doing it now. The ones who are supposedly down for it, like, Brother Polite, I don't get too much into what he says, but he did say one thing that was smart. He said that we're to the point now where people just throw up the fist and say Black Power, and then everybody else looks at him like, oh, he's down. You know? And it's no checks and balances. It's just a bunch of, like you said, it's madness. It's nigga nonsense. You got to stop having sympathy. Stop talking about Willie Lynch, slavery, and education. Like, that's the problem. You just got to come out of it. Come out of the circle.
A lot of these guys, like I said, they want handouts. That's all it is. They're not trying to build nothing. They think things gonna magically or mystically get better when they really not. They just here biding their time. Like I said, and they just here like flies on the wall. So like I said, while they being flies on the wall, we moving forward and we doing what we got to do for our evolution. We're not interested in nothing these people talking about at all. Like I said, that's why I got on this guy about including me in that thing with the guy for the human animal thing, whatever they was telling me. I don't want to be included with any. I don't want to have anything to do with any of these people. Like I said,
I don't get that, because that's two different messages. Bobby Hemmett, he reads books and then tells you what he learned from his research. So that's two different messages. And a lot of his stuff, he just, he takes he goes from Kemet, then he mixes it in with a little Elijah, and then, he's just a bunch of, like you said, chaos theory, and this is what happened.
I'm like, when I hear these guys talking about they study these guys, I'm like, what are y'all studying? Y'all, how much did y'all keep? Damn, Egypt only was like, what, maybe 5,000 years old, 3,200 years old. How much Egypt y'all going to keep studying and saying the same thing over and over again? How does a person make a career off of teaching the same thing over and over again? How do y'all keep giving people money to go to hear these people talk? How do y'all keep these people going? I don't understand. Not saying you, but people who do that. I like, after the first thing I heard, I went to one of them things one time, and I like fell asleep in there, and I was like, man, and I only went because I went with his sister and whatnot, and I went with her, support something she did, or and I was like, I went there one time, that was my last. I'm like, I can't listen to people talk about the same thing over and over again, y'all. And these cats look at it, oh, he deep, oh, he deep, he deep, he deep. He keeps saying the same thing over and over again. And how is it helping you? He's talking about a bunch of people that are dead and buried and gone. How is that helping your life?
Exactly.
I don't get
it. A lot of them just, what contributed to the decline of that empire is basically the same mentality of these people now, not trying to move forward, just making the wrong decisions, like you said, just constantly dealing in negativity and all stuff like that. But great show tonight, Newman.
Thank you, Shabazz. All
right, brother. Peace.
Peace, brother. All right. How many of us are going to pass the test? How many of us are going to pass the test in this evolution of our people? You were put here amongst the black race. Our people were all thrown into a pot, right? We were thrown into the slums. We were thrown in the ghettos. We were thrown in all over the worst place in America. But then some of you have chosen to make right decisions. Some of you have had things in your face and you've chosen to make right decisions, and you move forward based on that. Whereas other people chose not to. What was the difference? What was the difference is that you didn't vibrate on the submental state. They making this choice. You understand? Their bloodline doesn't make it. That's why I told a guy, don't include me in any of this black power talk. Don't include me in any black revolutionary talk. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the evolution of the bright race, the people who are coming out of the black race, because there is no evolution for the black race. They're meant to keep going in circles with the white man back and forth. That's why it's always going to be this big argument about racism, black against white man this and the white man that. Now, when I mention the white man, I only do that just as a reference point. Then I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm not mad at him for anything, because I understand that this is a big test. Our ultra standards is a big test of the God race, the supreme beings, to get our people ready in this mind frame, in this mindset. I understand that. I have an ultra standing of it, that it is meant to get our people ready in this mind frame, to move us forward, to produce the strongest people mentally. Because once we come out of these people, once we come away from these people, and we come together on our own accord, you're going to see the strength and the power of the intelligence. I'm going to prove it to you now, because whenever, if you ever notice, you see in the chat rooms, we get a lot of intelligent brothers and sisters who coming in here, and they're here for every broadcast, but then some idiot always shows up. We always get an idiot. It's either systems on fire or some other idiot show up, right? Or they got something stupid to say, or they talking about something that's totally irrelevant to the topic. And like I said, they always weigh down the conversation purposely. They're there to do that because they vibrate on that submental state. You understand? They got something to say. It's always something negative to say. They're not even on the same wavelength that we're going on. That's why I said we're guarded and we want our people in the state, because in order for us to make this transmission, to make this transformation, our people have to be together collectively. We have to be socializing with each other. We have to be coming together with each other. But it's hard to get our people to think on that level and to trust each other in that way, because a lot of y'all still carry those old submental thoughts. You still got these diseases this mental disease from the black race. You know, that pettiness, that jealousy, that mistrust. You know, you got that confused state, because whenever, like I said, our people try to come in, and whenever they try to come in and listen, they want to come to the meeting, it's always a boyfriend or a girlfriend or somebody. That sound like a cult. What they trying to do? To come over here, that's cult. That's cultish. That's crazy what they talking about. And then usually the weak-minded person listens. The weak-minded person listens and don't come back, right? And that demon that you was with, that demented being, that one who's caught in the circle, who wants you back in the damn circle, they did their job. You know, they did their job. They did their job to come and take you down off of that mental, or off of that mantle state, or off of that high mental state, and bring you back into the submental. Because now they got you talking about stupid things. Notice whenever you trying to vibrate on that high mental energy, and you have your homeboys come around, you have your girl who vibrating on a low frequency come around, they'll do that. You understand? They'll do that. You'll attract these people, like I said, because you're trying to rise beyond that. And they'll turn on you. You understand? They'll turn on you and they'll say something stupid. They'll say something ignorant, because they don't understand. They'll try to make it seem like you doing something wrong or something stupid because they don't get it. And you fall for it. They get off on that. You would think they would have something better to do, go and do with their lives. You understand? You would think that they would have something better to go do with their lives, but why do they come around you and try to cause confusion? If you say you about this and you acknowledge this to be the truth, why don't they just leave it alone? Why do they want to come around you and try to cause confusion? Why do they want to do that? Why are they attracted to do that? Ask yourself the question. Why is it that they want to come into your life and cause chaos when you're trying to move beyond them? Because misery loves company, and they are working unconsciously as agents of the beast. They vibrate on his frequency, and they are given a mission every day as this frequency goes to the planet. Just as a frequency is coming to our people, a frequency is going through this planet to the submentals that pick it up to keep this rotation of ignorance going. They act as agents to keep this rotation of ignorance going. The beast is always looking for agents to keep this submental ignorance going and passing along like a virus. Like I said, look at the TV shows, the programs. They do it by way of the programs. What is a program meant to do? It's meant to program you or to get you to think a certain way. And these Negroes, every day they get up, they get their daily dose of programming, their submental programming. Their ideas are put into their head for them to do the wrong things, and they go out after they get this. Like I said, they report for programming, and they get the ideas, all the negative things put in their head, all the bad decisions, all the wrong things to do, all the wrong foods to eat, all the wrong partners to have sex with and hook up with, and they go right out into the world, and they go looking for people like you, these people who are trying to raise up mentally, and their job is to pull you down. That's that sister that's sitting next to you when you might be feeling a brother who's intelligent and whatnot, and she'll say something stupid like, I ain't feeling him, he ugly. There's something wrong with him, I don't know. And that brother's intelligent, and he's saying something good, and you feeling that he's in tune with you, and you'll have some of your negative-ass family members say, I don't know. Something wrong with him, I don't know. Or you'll have, when you brothers trying to evolve in your way of thinking, you ain't hanging out with your boys no more. These niggas here, they go, what's this, some church thing? Brother told me that earlier. I thought it was funny. What's this, some religion? Man, we don't need no more religion, man. You going to church, my nigga? Duh. Smoke weed with us and watch and play video games and play Madden with us and on that submental state. Or, oh, brother, or sister, come to the mosque and pray to Allah with us. Come to the mosque or come to the church and pray to Jesus with us. And that's craziness, that person talking. We need Allah or God or somebody in our life because you weak-minded. They want you weak-minded. They don't want you mentally strong. You understand? Don't you understand that the person who is weak-minded, and he considers it or she considers it their duty to weaken your mind? They consider it your duty to weaken your mind. That person that you laying next to, that you calling your brother or your sister or your husband or your wife, whatever that person you laying next to or whoever you talking to, their job is to weaken your mind. They go out here with zest and zeal to do that. You get niggas coming out of the woodwork who ain't been paying attention to you before, but the minute you start trying to change your life for the better and evolve your way of thinking, advance your way of thinking, and coming into something like this, here come these niggas out of nowhere, these snakes out of the hole. Here they come. Oh, what you trying to do? You understand? What's this? This some cult thing? What? Thinking positive, thinking on some higher level, advanced thinking. What that mean? What that mean? See, there you go. It never fails. Here you go. Systems, if you say anything ignorant, I'm going to boot you out of here again. Just be quiet and listen. If you ain't got nothing intelligent to say, you'll be up out of here. Like I said, you guys always show up. I don't understand why you listen to the broadcast. I have no idea. No idea why these people come and listen, but people like that are attracted. You prove me right all the time. Because you are on the submental state. You vibrate on a low mental state, and you come in amongst people who are trying to vibrate on a high, or who are vibrating on a higher mental state, and it attracts you. But because you can't vibrate on it, you're going to come in and say something stupid. Because that's what stupid people do. That's what people in that submental state do. You come in and be negative because if you ain't got nothing intelligent to say, you're going to say something stupid. You just want to be heard. You want to be seen. But I'll let you stay until you say something ignorant, and then you got to go. All right? Everybody get systems on fire hand for being the example, for being a perfect example. Now, as I was saying, we're going to pass this test. Passing this test, right? Oh, he's gone? Good. Oh no, he's still there. I see him. But we're not going to make him the focus. But what I'm saying is we're going to pass this test. The whole thing is to pass this test. Why do you think I said that to get into the state of mental, you have to take a 21-question test to become a registered member? You understand? We had to take these tests, We had to take this test to know who's who, We see it, like I said, when the brothers say, because Brother Ra and then wake up one, the brothers that come out here with me and we promote, we see it all the time. Like I said, we don't even know what we're looking at. We looking at people who are just walking dead. The thing is to move beyond that. You know? The thing is to move beyond that, to advance beyond that. That's the whole point of this. Because if we're not advancing beyond this way of thinking, if we are not moving beyond the submentals, if we are not advancing in our way of thinking, then we're just like them. We're no different than them. If we are continuing to mix our seed with the black race, the mentally dead, if we continue to allow ourselves to have children with people who niggas who want all they want to do is play video games and wear Yankee caps and smoke weed all day, you black women who claim that you got some knowledge and that you claiming that you intelligent and that you want better, but you laying down with the same niggas over and over again. The same submentals, or you brothers who sitting around here laying down with Shaniqua from the projects over and over again thinking you're going to give us some knowledge, you know, or Taniqua from the projects, you know, where her biggest joy come out of watching Basketball Wives in Atlanta or whatever the hell, or hip-hop wives or whatever nigga nonsense they could put on in the program to keep the ignorance going. If you want to sit up here and keep looking at these people, like I said, have at it. You know, have at it. That's not going to fall in love intelligently. Like I said, that's not going to happen with the majority of the black race. They're meant to breed ignorance because they vibrate on that same level with like I said, with the white man now. They counterpart. They're now the counterparts with the white man. You understand? So it's not meant for them to breed any intelligence. Come out amongst them and find our people within the bright race. You know? This is the move forward. This is the evolution that we've been waiting on. This is the open message that we've been waiting to receive. You understand? This is the open message. It's here with us right now. We don't have to look any further. See, a lot of people thought that I was going to get up here and talk about, you know, the bad influences in society. Yeah, I talked about the bad influences in society, but like I said, it's the weak-minded people who attach to that. You are drawn to the negative things in society. The beast knows how to give you the negative things in society to make you tune into it, you know? They know how to do it. And like I said earlier, you asked me because why do bad people attract to you? Because you are a magnet for it. You're bad. You're bad. Bad people are going to attract to bad people. You think you're good, but like I said, good and bad go hand in hand. You think you're good, but just when you think you're good, you're bad. You understand? That's why I don't practice on being good or bad. I just focus on being intelligent. And the good and the bad people will not come near me. Because intelligence is a state of supremacy. You understand? True intelligence is a state of supremacy. You know? You have people, like I said, the middle place, right? It's not even really a middle place. It's an above place. Like I said, the good and the bad vibrate on the submental, so y'all will always be mixed in that same pot. That's why they attract to you. You people who are good, you know different than the people of the bad. Just like you people that are black, you know different than the white people. Y'all all the same, just different shades. Good and bad are the same thing, just different sides of the coin. You so-called good people, you so good that you attract negative people to you. And what do you so-called good girls say? I'm gonna prove it to you. What do you so-called good girls say? I want a bad boy. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That y'all all the same. He knows what you want because you just like him, deep down. He a piece of crap, you a piece of crap too. You know? But it's always the intelligent people, the ones who are in tune with that higher source, those almond beings, you know, those almond eternals. Like I said, you got niggas that won't even approach them. You got negative people who won't even approach them. Yeah, positive and negative is the same thing. It's the same thing. Y'all all vibrate in that submental state. You nice people, you got those people who sit around here handing out Jehovah's Witness magazine. They some of the nicest people in the world. They're talking everything, but they on that submental state. They no different than the niggas that's on the corner flipping birds and selling crack and all that. The people that's selling the Jehovah's Witness magazine, it's no different than the people that's selling crack. You understand that? I'm going to say it again. The people that's selling the Jehovah's Witness, the old women that's walking down the street and pushing the Jehovah's Witness magazine for the white man is no different than the nigga that's standing in the hood pushing crack for the white man. You no different. You still pushing poison. And happy to do it. And happy to do it. Y'all, they're still the same poison pushers. You understand that? You know? It's the same vibration. Y'all all moving in the same rotation. All moving in the same low submental rotation. All of you. But when you raise yourself to this higher intelligence, because it's even beyond intelligence now. You know? It's really mentelligence. But we don't use that, like I said, because they ain't ready for the mentelligence yet. You know? When we say the mentelligence, because the mentelligence is supreme. Right? The mentelligence is supreme. Mentellect is supreme intelligence. You understand? The intelligence has a equal called ignorance. After a while, because you'll see the so-called intelligent ones who will be beyond that. You understand? Which is the mentelligence community. That's what the state of mental is dealing with. Mentelligence. Mental intelligence. Which is supreme. You understand? It has no equal. No equal whatsoever. See, y'all going to still be dealing with this thing forever about negative, positives, and positives attracting, and negatives and polarities and things like that. We in the state of mental, we don't deal with that because y'all all full of crap. Y'all all full of crap. There's no good people in the state of mental. There's no bad people in the state of mental. Only intelligent people. Only mentelligent people. Only mentellectuals. You understand? Only people who share this supreme intelligence. That's it. We don't deal with good and bad here. We deal with purpose. You understand? So, like I said, you people will be in religion. You'll be in Islam. You'll be in Christianity. You'll be in Judaism. And you'll still be going to the mosque with some negative nigga. You'll be praying next to some negative demonic nigga. Or some dirty Arab, right? Someone who wanna blow up something, or you'll be next to some pedophile in the damn church praying next to him, and just because he's smiling and whatnot, you think he's positive because he's in the church praying with you. No, he's actually feeding off of you. He's feeding off you good people. You understand? Because, like I said, you're no different than them, because y'all all vibrate and gravitate toward the same place. We don't care about good people or bad people. We care about useful people. You understand? We care about people who are necessary. Necessary is a state of supremacy. You understand? That's why, if you notice, when they talk about all the so-called prophets, I just use this for an example in the Bible, they were always not the most sterling people. They were always kind of what you would consider bad or people with questionable character. But then you ask yourself, well, why didn't God choose people with good character, good people? Yeah? That just goes to show you that sometimes you're too good to do certain things, and you don't have any balance. Sometimes you're too bad. But you're not. It's not based on good and bad. It's based on what you're open to receive and what you're able to do. You understand that? It's what you're open to receive and what you're able to do, what you're able to accomplish. You might be a good person, but you're not able to accomplish what's needed to be done. That person who's considered bad might be that person who can accomplish what's needed to be done. So in essence, that person really wasn't a bad person. That person was a useful person. That person was necessary. A lot of you good people are not necessary. Just like a lot of you bad people. Y'all just here taking up space. So don't think, oh, well, why that person, he bad, and he used to do this, that, and the third, but he changed. I don't believe he flipped his life around. He ain't doing that no more. That's because that person was necessary. Why he ain't dead in the street? Why he ain't, he was selling drugs on the corner with them, and he was flipping birds and busting guns and whatnot. Now he's teaching knowledge. He's dropping intelligence because he was necessary. The rest of them niggas wasn't necessary. Them people on the corner that's trying to be goody two-shoes and talking about the church and trying to pull people in the church, those so-called good people are your worst people on the planet, some of the worst, selling the same poison. They no different than drug dealers because they are hoping to keep ignorance and that submental frequency going on the planet. They no different. That person knocking on your door, selling you some religious knowledge, a Jehovah's Witness, they no different than the person standing in the courtyard with the crack in his hand. Keep the ignorance going. Keep the submental state going. You know, keep your mind stagnated on consciousness and Egyptology and Islam and Judaism and Christianity. Keep your mind locked on that. Feeding you more drugs. Feeding you things that's going to keep your mind offset, out of tune from moving forward. Keep you rotating in a state of ignorance, talking about things that are not going to benefit you or help you. You know different. Good attracts negative. Good attracts evil, and evil attracts good. They work off each other. You understand that? They work off each other. We don't want you good people here. We don't want you bad people here. We want the necessary people here. That's all I'm interested in. Your good deeds mean nothing. Your bad deeds mean nothing. We only got like one real. It's like in religion, they had the 10 Commandments. We only have one in the state of mental. That is, make yourself necessary, make yourself useful, make yourself necessary to the evolution of our people. That's all we demand in the state of mental. Make yourself intelligently necessary. If you cannot, then don't be amongst us. You broke the first rule, and that will be the last one you break amongst us. One rule, golden rule, code of conduct. We are conducting ourselves a certain way. Beyond the good, beyond the bad, beyond the negative, beyond the positive. We don't care about either one. The right decision to make is the necessary one. Right? That's how we move here in the state of mental. The right decision to make is the necessary decision. What will get us moving forward, what will keep us in a state of evolution. You understand? That's all we're concerned about. We're not interested in people with mental issues, oh, brother, you shouldn't talk like that. The sister don't like that, or, you make the sister feel bad. We don't give a damn who don't like it. We're not here to coddle you. Go back to Islam and Christianity to get coddled. Go back to moral science or let them BS you. We're not here to BS you. We're not here to tell you what you want to hear. We're not here to sell you a dream about how things are going to come back the way they was. No, things not going to go back the way they were. That's what forward movement means, that things are not going to be the same as they were. Our bad decisions are based on people who don't want to move on, people who are stuck. You'll stay with a guy because you're stuck on that guy, or you'll stay with a woman because you're stuck on that woman, and you can't look ahead to brighter times because they ingrained it in your mind that you can't imagine a better future without them. And they lying to you. They lying to you, and you've accepted the lie because that emotion hangs so heavy on you that you start thinking that, no, I can't live without that person. No, there's not better times ahead, and you convince yourself of that. I said there's a difference between, like I said, when I talked about tailor-made women and women off the rack. Again, the women off the rack are going to be for special men, and the special men are going to be for the special women. The ones who are beyond the good and the bad, the people who see people as whole people, everything integrated, where positive and negative are not going to exist. It's only going to exist to incomplete people. When you're sitting around here talking about positive and negative, good and bad, that shows me that you're an incomplete person, because you should be looking at people based on their necessity or whether they're necessary in accomplishing what you need to get accomplished and the means by which they're going to take it. If they can't take it all the way into the bigger picture and keep it continuously going, then they're not necessary. This is why a lot of the times the women, they'll be with guys. So I ran into a guy today, and I see him with his woman all the time. They was together for a long time, this guy, him and his woman. So I asked him tonight when I ran into him. I said, brother, where's your woman at? How's she doing? Oh, me and her ain't together no more. I said, really? She said, yeah, she done moved out, moved on, got married to somebody. She getting married, she pregnant and stuff with somebody else, baby and all that. I was like, wow. Really? He's like, yeah, one day at a time, I'm getting better, blah, 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 and this, that, and the third. And I was like, wow. And then he tells me they having lunch together. I'm like, you better than me, because I'm the type of person, like I said, you know, if I break up with you, I don't want to have nothing to do with you no more. We can't be friends, none of that. See, because that'll keep me in that submental state. I don't want to be friends. I don't want to be good. I don't want to be bad. I just want to move on. I don't want to see you no more. I cut total ties with people. That's how you alleviate a lot of problems. It's better to be without than to be with you, because I'll remember, and I don't want to remember. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to remember the past. I don't want to remember it. And it'll be better without me having to look at you. All right? That's, like I said, brought that up because that is how you make bad decisions and bad choices. And also how it proves to you that when a woman or a man has checked out your necessity to them, you know, when they see that you're no longer necessary or a necessity in their lives, they move on. The ones who are not really into you anyway, they move on. You understand? You know, they move on. Once they see that you're no longer a necessity in their life, they're going to leave. Women are quick to do that in a heartbeat. That's why I said I was going to say them, but I didn't want to say it to him because I was like, obviously, you couldn't feed her no more mentally. You know, you couldn't feed her mentally anymore. When you say, is it necessary or just a desire? Well, like I said, necessity will make you overlook so-called good and bad, because now you're looking at the bigger picture of who do I need? Because based on necessity, you'll know who belongs in your life and who doesn't, who can bring and make things better in your life and who can't, who can produce more in your life, who can produce more by way of intelligence, advanced thinking, higher learning, anything, better things in your life, who can't. If a woman can't see that coming from you any longer, or a man can't see that coming from you any longer, then they're going to move on. They're going to leave. That's how these things fall apart. With a woman, like I said, on the submental state, it's all based in vanity a lot of times. It is based in vanity. She'll start saying things like, okay, well, this guy can't do nothing for me mentally, because really she's not on the mental state. So you go into the submental thing. Next thing she started looking for, can you give me money to get my nails done, my hair done, pay my cell phone bill, get me a pair of sneakers. It goes into the submental, into material things, into person, place, and thing, where it's no longer about giving her thoughts to foster her to evolve her way of thinking and herself in the process physically. It's all about what can you give her materialistically. You understand? That's why you got women out here. They'll go, these guys will sell drugs and hustle to get these kind of women with the big butts and the long hair and all this, the gangster boo chicks and whatnot that they want to sleep with. And these guys will go out here and rob, steal, sell drugs to keep nice jewelry and money and things in her pocket and keep things on her. She don't give a damn about you. Because if you die, you get shot up somewhere in the street, they don't care. They're going to be on to the next guy. You get shot down the street or you end up in jail for 25 years, they're going on right to the next guy. Bad choice, bad decision. Was she necessary? No. Your bad choices are made out of unnecessary decisions. You let bad people in your life or negative people in your life. You understand? You let people into your life based on, really no need. You don't have that need for these people, but you let them in anyway because you think you have a need. It's an illusion. We've come to the end of our broadcast. Join us Friday. I don't know what the topic will be yet. Always interesting. I always say that. I usually stick to my word on that. October 28th, Sunday, October 28th, this Sunday, the State of Mentel Supermen, Superwomen Project, the Supermental Projection. The Supermen Project is short for the Supermental Projection. All right? 1368 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York, between Fulton and New York and Brooklyn Avenues. For more information, call 718-510-3769. Okay? Let me answer these last questions. I always do. Why do bad people attract to you? Because you're good. Good and bad attract to each other. It's the same thing. Just inside out, it's the same thing. You people who are good and you people who are bad, y'all all vibrate on the same submental state. Y'all the same people. Like I said, we're not trying to be good or bad. We're trying to be necessary. You understand? That's all we're interested in, is being necessary to the evolution of ourselves, and that's it. We're about necessity, usefulness. Why do people make wrong decisions in life? Because this planet is governed by people that this planet is governed by or run off of people who make bad decisions. That's what the whole thing of keeping the submental state going is about. Feeding people to keep making bad decisions. And if you're based in that low-minded way of thinking, if you vibrate on that submental level, you're going to keep falling in that chain of circular thoughts and bad decisions and submental decisions. That's going to happen. Do people open themselves up for these bad choices in life? Yes, they do. Just by virtually being amongst these people and socializing with the people you socialize with, you open yourselves up for these things. You understand? You open yourselves up by wanting to socialize and be a part of and fit in with these people and wanting to be in your peer groups and stuff like that, where they're going in that submental rotation and you know what they're doing is wrong, but you trying to be a follower because you want to be in on it. Instead of separating yourself, knowing you don't belong there. And they realize that you don't belong there, but they're going to try their damnedest to sink you into that submental state with them. They're going to try their best to get you in. They'll get you to try to get high, smoke this, drink this, because they want you in that submental state. I said they work unconsciously to try to pull you down to that state, and you work in tune with them to do that. Why do people realize mistakes later on in life? Because usually you end up alone. Like a lot of you brothers are going to end up in jail for the stupidity you were doing, listening to these stupid hip-hop records and running around with your friends. Then you got to sit in a cage by yourself with your own thoughts. And usually that's when you by yourself alone in a cage for the next 10 or 15 or 20 years, you got a chance to think about that. And so hopefully some of you come out smart and you're not doing the same thing again while you got most of your life left, or you'll end up doing the same thing over and over again because you probably got in amongst a bunch of young idiots, right? And y'all kept doing the same thing in rotation right in the prison system, so you're still vibrating on that submental way of thinking. That's why they don't break up the gangs and stuff in jail. They allow these guys to socialize with each other because they want to keep the ignorance going in there. They want you niggas stabbing each other up, fighting, and keeping the ignorance going. They don't want you in school trying to learn anything or trying to get better, rehabilitate you. They want to keep the ignorance going because, as I said, this is how the society runs. Or for your ignorance, or for your bad decisions, and you dealing with the wrong people. How can people deflect negativity in their lives? By raising above good and bad. By becoming that intelligent, necessary being. That's how you deflect good and bad. Deflect negativity. You deflect negativity by deflecting positivity as well. Get rid of the positivity and get rid of the negativity. Because there's certain people you just shouldn't be positive or nice to, nor should you be negative to. You should be indifferent to. You should go blank around them. Walk away. Because people take your time of you being positive as an invitation to come into your life to cause problems when you're too nice. So I give people no energy, good or bad. That's how I do. Do positive people draw negative energy? Yes, they do. Because, like I said, they work as polar opposites. Is there a way past positive and negative? Yeah, like I said, that intelligence, that necessity, that intelligent necessity. Always be looking to evolve beyond good and evil. Always be looking to evolve beyond the submental state. Always be ready to reject positivity as well as negativity. Reject both of them. Will we move beyond these limited ways of thinking in the future? Yes, we are in the state of mental. Yes, we are. That's why we're dealing with it right now. We don't want the positivity or the negativity. You can keep them both because we realize that they are both parallels, just like we don't want your love and we don't want your hate. We don't want your good and bad. They serve no purpose to us here. We're not interested. We understand that it's a big game y'all play here in this society, in the submental state, to keep us making bad decisions and choosing the wrong people. Because you'll sit up here talking about how in love you are with somebody, and then you end up with some nigga that's going to, because you sitting up here in this melancholy state where you think you in love with somebody, this guy, and he a piece of crap. You understand? He'll beat the crap out of you, take your money, do all this stuff, but you just so in love and you so positive, and you swear up and down you're going to change him. You understand? You swear you're going to change him because you the good one. You the positive one. I'm just good. I'm so good, so I know I'm going to change him and whatnot. You an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You two belong together. You know? You an idiot. You're no different than him. You're just like him. Y'all vibrate on the same frequency. Y'all the same people. There's a reason why you want that bad boy, because you just like him. You negative as hell, just like him. All right? We come to the end, and that's it. Join us on Friday, and, interesting topic, 9 o'clock, as usual. So, what do I want to close out with? Got 4 minutes and some seconds. Let me see.